Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And first of all, I appreciate your holding this hearing today, and we are in agreement on the importance of strengthening our economic and trade ties, particularly in the Indo-Pacific area, but across the globe. Vibrant economic and trade links are an essential part of building confidence, trust, and cooperation in different areas of the world and at different levels of geopolitical engagement. Putin's invasion of Ukraine makes it abundantly clear that the United States must increase its focus on strategic trade engagement, and as a part of that, reestablish its leadership on trade relations in the Indo-Pacific region. For the first time, in January of 2022, the United States exported more liquefied natural gas, LNG, to Europe than Russia did. Although there is much more we can do to expedite U.S. energy exports, our increased trade strengthened our allies' ability to withstand Russian aggression. Critically, the Department of Energy must still sign off on any LNG export to any country with which we lack a free trade agreement, causing uncertainty for many of our partners. This is just one example of why we need more trade agreements with our partners. And the Indo-Pacific is one region, maybe the one region, where we need them ASAP. The Indo-Pacific is a dynamic region, perhaps the key to U.S. economic prosperity. Over 2/3 of all global economic growth in the last 5 years took place in the Indo-Pacific. The GDP of just the 11 countries in the Comprehensive and Progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership, or what we call the CPTPP, is over $10 trillion. Regrettably, we are losing ground in the Indo-Pacific. Behind me are two maps comparing whether China or the United States is the more important trade partner for a particular country. The 2002 map shows the United States as the more significant trading partner for most Indo-Pacific countries. The 2018 map shows the relationship turned upside down in China's favor. Even more regrettably, the situation with China in the Indo-Pacific region is likely to become worse, if not entrenched, unless we change course. The Biden administration failed to initiate any new trade negotiations last year, but China helped finalize the trade agreement that it backs. Known as the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, RCEP lacks any disciplines on state-owned enterprises, labor, or the environment, and worse, it essentially endorses China's limited intellectual property protections. With RCEP having only entered into force this January, China is already better positioned than the United States in most of our Asian partners' markets. On top of that, China is now pushing to join the CPTPP, which would leave the United States even further behind in the Indo-Pacific region. To reestablish the U.S. economic momentum right now, the Biden administration must reverse course and chart an ambitious trade policy. Although the administration announced that it seeks to pursue an Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, or IPEF, it unfortunately indicated that this framework will not include any market access component. Certain aspects of what I'm hearing about IPEF are troubling, including the notion that it could be used to advance the tax deal the administration negotiated at the OECD that would make the U.S. less competitive, even before Congress agrees to accept such an outcome for the United States. The administration's present position of leaving out a market access outcome makes no sense. Economically, our workers, businesses, and farmers will lose out on important opportunities if we stay on the sidelines. America's leading innovators will also be undermined if we do not lay down a foundation for a strong intellectual property right system. In fact, one way to redress the economic impact of the administration's current misguided inflationary policies is to promote market access. Export-oriented jobs typically pay 16% more on average in the manufacturing industries and 15.5% on average in the services industries. We must strategically deepen our trade ties to ensure we and our allies have secure access to energy, critical minerals, and sensitive technologies. We must also develop rules for digital trade that enshrine openness and freedom. If we do not write the rules, China will. Accordingly, this hearing is an excellent opportunity for the Finance Committee to help chart the course for the United States, the course that the United States must take to have a strategic and sensible trade policy in the Indo-Pacific. Mr. Chairman, once again, I thank you for organizing this hearing, and I look forward to hearing the testimony from our witnesses.